Hey everybody, it's Jason Creel and this is Lawn Care Life. Today I want to talk to you about what I'm doing to get my Bermuda yard to grow in. Now, many of you that followed me on here know that I started working on this yard mostly last year. Let me just give you a quick update if you're new to it. But we moved into this house and the yard was not good. And so basically what we did, we had the yard scraped down. I sprayed it to try to kill it. We scraped it down to make it level. And then I started plugging Bermuda sod. Now when I did that, it was extremely hot in August and we went through a pretty severe drought. And so not all of it lived. I wasn't able to keep it watered as good as I'd hoped, but some of it did live and it began to start to spread. So what I did, because I didn't have total coverage on the yard, I went ahead, let me just show you the yard. You can see it in its current state. What I did this past fall was I overseeded it with annual ryegrass because we get a lot of water on this yard, and I knew that I didn't have full coverage on the Bermuda, and with all the bare spots, I didn't want it just to be a mud hole out here basically. So overseeded with ryegrass. Then, and this is documented in other videos if you want to search on the channel, but what I did about 3 weeks ago was I came in and I sprayed a product called Katana to get rid of the ryegrass, because the ryegrass was growing like crazy, and I wanted to start, as the weather warmed and we got into April, I wanted to start letting the Bermuda get the full benefit of the sunlight and not have to compete with the ryegrass. So 3 weeks later, you can see what actually 3 weeks and about 2 days what the situation is with the ryegrass. So most of this brown, you know, is the ryegrass. You can see it's basically dead, and the green is the Bermuda. So that's why it looks like half brown, half green. You know, so it's time to get this Bermuda to really start spreading. So what I'm going to do today is fertilize the lawn. I've got a ride-on spreader sprayer, and I'm putting out some slow release fertilizer that I get from my fertilizer supplier, Harold's, and I'm going to, you know, just let it sit there. It's going to rain tomorrow, supposed to, and as the weather warms, that slow release fertilizer will start releasing and hopefully get this to spread. Now, I'll say this, I've got some very large bare spots, and in these large areas, I'm probably going to need to plug some more sod. There's some areas that have, sorry for the shadow, some areas have very little Bermuda sod. You can see how this area over here is just mostly brown. I mean, eventually it would spread, and it spreads fast, especially if fertilized, but I'll probably speed up the process by plugging some more Bermuda sod in these areas. There's the look of it. There's my ride-on spreader sprayer. Gonna put this thing to work and fertilize it, and we'll hopefully keep you updated on the progress as the year goes on the Bermuda. And there's the fertilizer I'm putting in there. So you can, so we'll see. I feel pretty confident that we'll get full coverage, you know, by late summer, and it'll look a lot better. And I probably won't overseed with ryegrass next year. we'll check back and see how this is going to go. I don't expect the grass to take off from growing just yet. The nights are still getting down a little bit cool, but we're getting up in warmer temperatures during the day. But like I said, with the slow release fertilizer, it's sort of a smart fertilizer where it releases when the weather gets hot. So it's got some quick release fertilizer in there, but a lot of slow release. And it's a 3806 blend, if you're curious, that I get from Harold's with that, what they call polyon technology. That's like the polymer coating that makes it a slow release. So we'll check back on the yard. Hopefully be documenting this throughout the summer. If you hadn't subscribed, I encourage you to do so. I've got some other videos that you can go back and find where I'm talking about fixing my lawn, ugly lawn, whatever. And sometimes if you search for it, if you just put Lawn Care Life in there, you'll be able to find some of those videos where we've been working on this property. So I think a lot of changes hopefully going to happen this year, including making this yard look a lot better. If you notice, I wasn't exactly doing a perfect pattern. As I got further out there, there was not a lot of Bermuda grass, so I was sort of driving and swerving looking for a patch of Bermuda, and I'd throw a little fertilizer when I saw some Bermuda. And when it was just bare dirt, I didn't figure that it made a lot of sense to waste the fertilizer on fertilizing dirt and dead ryegrass. So that explains some of that. So appreciate you watching the video. I'm Jason Creel. Talk to you later.